In part 2 of this one-part series, we looked at all the ifs required to make a so-called objective morality feasible. And I pointed out how all of those ifs could not be resolved objectively. Meaning there is no objective path or methodology to finding the supposed giver of objective morality, putting the entire endeavor back on the subjective burner. In part 2, I want to take it from the philosophical to the practical. Because after great struggle, I pulled our commenter down into the weeds with me, where he finally told me that he does in fact believe that his objective tribal war god of Abraham morality includes killing a woman, young or otherwise, who could not produce evidence of a broken hymen on her wedding night. And he did so after we had clarified that a woman's hymen can break prior to intercourse. His all-knowing God didn't seem to know that or care. But that means such a bride was not necessarily playing the harlot. That was his choice of words and his God's. Meaning she had violated none of God's prohibitions against premarital sex. In essence, his objective morality includes murdering innocent women as a moral duty. Now, in all fairness, he later said that he never said that. And when I asked him to clarify yes or no, he initiated radio silence. But here are the relevant bits. As for the answer to your question, just go back and read the last couple of comments. You will find it there. The answer is even in caps. And here is the earlier post. And yes, the just reward of any single violation of God's perfect moral law is death. This is the great unbridgeable chasm between science and religion. He thinks he really has me on a philosophical level because I have no objective source or foundation to say anything is right or wrong, that it's all just a matter of a penguin. But I think I have him on a practical level, where my subjective ideas of right and wrong lead to better outcomes in terms of human well-being and flourishing. If we could objectively establish the existence of our commenter's objective source of morality and determine that his objective source is objectively good, I'd be on board. But there's no way to do that. This leaves our friends simply trusting that the people who wrote the Bible, his supposedly objective source, really were connected to an objective source for morality, which is why he ultimately had to say, yeah, kill the bitch. Innocent or not. I'm not saying I have an objective source for morality, or that I know better than anyone else what is right and good. I don't. But I can come together with my fellow humans and share my experiences, feelings, observations, and see if others agree and or have better ideas in terms of a widely agreed upon outcome. The practical issues regarding human well-being, to minimize the suffering of sentient beings and maximize their happiness. The irony to me is that Christians have a pretty good, even semi-empirical method for thinking about such matters, given by Jesus himself. Do unto others. I'm sure our commenter wouldn't want his daughter killed because she broke her hymen years ago and couldn't produce this so-called evidence of virtue on her wedding night. Obviously, doing unto others doesn't work in every case, but I would hope that in such an instance, our commenter would agree. This idea Jesus had beats the hell out of killing innocent women. But would he? Who knows? I'm still and always me. Unfortunately, thanks for watching.